Prime numbers, factors and multiples. So factors are numbers that can be multiplied together to get another number. So the example is 2 times 4 is equal to 8. So therefore, the 2 and the 4 are the factors in this example. Now, if we do multiples, what are multiples? Numbers that one gets after multiplying the number by an integer. So example 15 is a multiple of 5. And so how we can do multiples, say of 15, when you multiply it by integers, is you can go like this. You do 1 times 5, which is equal to 5. Then you just increase the integer. So you go from 1 to 2. So 2 times 5 is equal to 10. Then 3 times 5, which is equal to 15. And we can continue on. But that is what factors are and multiples are. So now let's do some examples. Example 1. What are the first 4 multiples of 4? Well, we know we're multiplying 4 by an integer. We're just going to increase it from 1 through 4. We're just doing 1. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just going to put that in a column. Then each number is going to be multiplied by 4. So we get 1 times 4, which is equal to 4. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. 3 times 4 is 12. And 4 times 4 is 16. So these are our multiples. We can also write it like this. 4, 8, 12, and 16. So all we did here was to go from one number to the next. As you can see, we just increased it by 4. We just added 4 to the last number to get the new number. Or you can do it this way, where we did the multiplication, where we increased the integer by 1 each time and multiply it by the number, which is 4 in this example. Now let's look at another example. Example 2. AAA batteries can come in a pack of 6. What are the first 4 multiples of 6? So now we're looking at the number 6 and the multiples of it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. But this time we're multiplying it by 6 for each one. So 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18. And 4 times 6 is 24. So as you can see, these are our multiples. We can go ahead and write it like this. So our first 4 multiples of 6. Now you can see again also that we're just increasing each one by 6. We just added 6 each one time to the number before to get the new number. But these are the multiples. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do addition, or you can go ahead and do the multiplication, whichever one you would like to do. Now let's go ahead and look at example 3. Example 3. What are the factors of 14? So now we're dealing with factors. So we're trying to figure out what numbers can we multiply together to get 14. Well, the one thing we always know is that 1 and 14 are always going to be factors of 14 because it's just 1 in itself. Now, other ways we can look at 14 and see what we can multiply by is kind of thinking back to our divisibility test. Well, we can see that 14 is even. So it could be multiplied by 2 and a number to get 14. So 2 times 7 is equal to 14. Because all we can do is go 14 divided by 2 and we get 7. So that's how we solve for that one. Now, 14 can't be divided by 3 because, as we remember, 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. which can't be divided by 3 because it's not a whole number. So it can't be divisible by 3 or a factor of 3. There's no 3 in a number to equal 14. And 4 can't be done because 14 divided by 4 is not a whole number. So these are actually just the factors of 14. We can go ahead and rewrite it like this. So it's just saying that 1 times this 14 is equal to 14, and this 2 times 7 is equal to 14. So these are the factors of 14. Now, let's look at another example. Example 4. What are the factors of 9? Well, we always know that we can do 1 and itself. So we have 1 and 9. So these are always going to be factors of any number. It's 1 and itself. So 1 and 9 in this case. Then we look at other numbers. So we look to see if it's divisible by 2. Or can 2 times another number equal 9? And we see that this is 9, which is odd. So 2 doesn't work. Then we can look at 3. So if we do 9 divided by 3, what does that equal? Well, it's equal to 3. And we know that 9 can't be divided by 4 because that's not a whole number. And we can't do 9 divided by 5 because that's also not a whole number that comes out. Because it's almost 2, but not quite because it needs to be 10. So therefore, these are just the factors of 9. Therefore, we found our solution to this problem, which are the factors of 9, which is just 1, 3, and 9.